Right, g'day guys, Klint here for dropshipdownunder.com.au. Today I'm going to be talking about whether or not dropshipping is a risky business to get into. So with that, let's get started. Okay, right, so is dropshipping risky, or is getting into a dropshipping business risky? Okay, I often see people and send me emails and say, oh, I'm weighing up the risks and all this sort of thing. I'm not sure whether or not it's right for me, or it sounds a bit risky. The business itself sounds a bit risky. Okay, now look, let me put it another way, right? You know what's risky in this life is going up and turning up to your 9 to 5 every day, thinking your boss gives a fuck about you, right? Thinking that you've got a job tomorrow, thinking that you will not be made redundant in a few weeks, thinking that your job is forever, right? That is risky. Buying a new car that you can't afford on money that you're not sure is coming in for sure is risky. You know, having a credit card on 20% interest is risky based on an income that you don't have any control over. You think you've got control over it, but you really don't, right? You've got a job and that income comes in. As long as you've got that job coming in, that income coming in, you know, you can pay your bills, but you don't control it, right? That is risky, right? You understand what I'm saying? Getting an enormous McMansion on all the money that you've got based on that job is risky as fuck, right? I'm blowing up a bit here about this because, look, dropshipping is the lowest barrier of entry business you could possibly get into without getting into debt. You don't need to have any debt, right, at all. You start with a $30 Shopify site, a few bucks in advertising, and away you go. And you can build that up into any size business that you want it to be. You know what's risky is not starting. You know what's risky? Honestly, no shit. Is thinking that your time isn't valuable enough to learn something, to take a course, to learn how to do this kind of stuff. You know, what's risky is taking your missus or your mates out for beers, right? Instead of working on your business or working on yourself or learning something new to get you out of this 9 to 5 myth. It's a myth, right? It's not real. Anything that you have no control over isn't real. Right? You might get your paycheck, but what happens when it ends? You can't afford the bills anymore. Right? So, is it risky? The answer is you have no risk at all. If you consider, giving 10 hours or 20 hours of your time each week instead of watching TV or playing on your iPhone risky, well, yeah, it's super risky. But at the end of the day, if you're not willing to put that time and energy and focus into what you're doing, that's it, right? You can be content with your lot, and hopefully your job will continue, and the economy will be fine and everything else in between. But you really don't own the platform, right? You don't really have control over your life. You really don't have any freedom over your life. Like, I'll tell you a quick story. People used to say I was crazy for moving to Thailand, right? But what's crazy about buying a house, 4-bedroom house here, cash? What's crazy about buying a late model second-hand car here? Cash. What's crazy about buying a couple of motorbikes here? Cash. No debts. Nothing. My money, I pay myself a similar wage to what everyone else would have in Australia, yet my money goes 4 times further, 5 times further. What is crazy about that? Do you see what I'm getting at here, guys? There is nothing crazy about starting a business and doing your own thing. What's crazy is thinking the illusion of a job and security. It's non-existent, guys. It's not how we've all been bought into this system of consume instead of save. Paying yourself first. Does that make sense? I mean, all this stuff you buy as liabilities, and you're happy. You think, you might look at your mates or your mum and dad or even yourself, and you're hocked up to the hilt. If you don't have that 9 to 5 income, and that's why you're looking at, online opportunities and you want to get out of the 9 to 5 grind. But if you really want it, guys, you've got to treat it like a real business. And it can be anything you want it to be. It's very low risk. That's the best thing about it, and that's why you're looking at it, because you don't need to spend 500 grand to get a Subway store on hock. You've fucking put your house up to buy a Subway store. I mean, how fucking stupid have you got to be when you can build from nothing? And it doesn't have to be dropshipping, but there's a million ways to make $1 million, right? No doubt. But dropshipping is a perfect vehicle for anybody who is in a position where they're up to here in debt and they've got no other option, right? But if you work hard, it's very low risk. All it is a few bucks in advertising in a Shopify store, right? You might invest, like I said, in some courses, some online courses like we do. Buy some books, watch some YouTube videos, whatever, but it's very, very low risk and low barrier to entry, and it can be as big as you want it to be. It can definitely replace your income. And I mean, at the end of the day, you're not up to here in hock, right? It's very low risk. What's risky is buying a brand new car you can't really afford. You've got 2 brand new cars in the driveway for what? Right? Firing up. Anyway, whatever. All right, guys. I just find it very frustrating sometimes, the mindset, of, I guess, I don't know, the Western world, the mindset we've been, tricked into thinking, we need to have the best of this, we need to have the best of that. Like, this is how life goes. You get into debt, you pay it off, you get a good job. It's ridiculous. We've all been tricked. We've all been conned. Anyway, whatever. So I'll stop ranting and raving. So again, as always, if you want to find out more about dropshipping, head over to dropshipdownunder.com.au. Grant and I have developed a tidy little course there where you can learn how to do exactly what we do. So that's it, dropshipdownunder.com.au. If you like the vid, sorry about the rant, but give me a thumbs up. If you agree or disagree, give me comments, feedback, whatever you reckon. Tell me to fuck off, whatever you like. And until next time, keep living the dream. Cheers.